11 years ago, in 1989, the class of 2000 began first grade. Your elementary and future high school teachers froze that year in time.
What's your name? Crystal. Why are you significant, Crystal? No. No? Does somebody know why you're significant? Why you're so special? What are you? The class of 2000.
Every first grade student from the class of 2000 placed something in this time capsule. You took a class picture and were entertained by the North Penn High School thespians. As seniors now, you probably don't remember much from that day, or what it was you wrote were your favorite things. The class of 2000 time capsule has been a fixture of North Penn High School since that day. And now today, we'll show you what some of you were like, what your favorite music, television programs, toys, and food were, and who your best friends were. A few weeks ago, the time capsule was opened with a few members of your class on hand. Best friend was Tommy. His best subject was math. He loved to eat pizza. His favorite song was Don't Worry, Be Happy.
My favorite song is This Train is Bound for Glory. I don't even know what song that is. My favorite book is Horse. I want to be a ballerina when I grow up.
Look, I misspelled my name. I had the Z, but then erased it.
Some of the elementary classes.
Highness has been expecting you. Follow me. Yes.
Oh, not a drop left. I checked.
We want you to have the best, Christopher Robin.
And since we aren't the best...
Dad, you are the government.
Oh, my. Well, what should we do?
Create an organization that will end the witches' monopoly. Some sort of commission.
Guns N' Roses, Madonna, Tone Loc were some of your favorite musical groups. Does anyone remember what a funky cold Medina was? In 1989, in your best handwriting, all of you filled out this blue sheet.
My name is Clark Deardorff from North Wales Elementary. My favorite recess activity is tennis with my friends. My best friend is Dan. My best subject is writing. I love to eat pizza. My favorite song is Girls by the Beastie Boys. My favorite book is G.I. Joe. I want to be a dentist. My favorite toy is Atari. I like to watch TV. And my favorite cartoon is Scooby-Doo.
My name is Kelly Kennedy from Culp Elementary. My favorite recess activity is jump rope and running and playing yo-yo. My best friend is Lori Mazurek. My best subject is math and reading. I love to eat spaghetti and meatballs. My favorite song is Out of the Blues. My favorite book is Tiki Tiki Tembo. I want to be a movie star when I grow up. My favorite toy is Barbies and games. I like to play with my friends after school. My favorite cartoon is Jem and the Hologram.
My name is Daniel Pilquist from Montgomery Elementary. My favorite recess activity is chasing other kids. My best friend is Kevin Smith. My best subject is art. I love to eat hot dogs. My favorite song is Sweet Child of Mine. My favorite book is James and the Giant Peach. I want to be an artist when I grow up. My favorite toy is drawing supplies. I like to ride bikes after school, and my favorite cartoon is Spider-Man.
My name is Angela L. DeLanzo from York Avenue Elementary. My favorite recess activity is jumping rope. My best friend is Megan Sweeney. My best subject is music. I love to eat Italian food. My favorite song is Silver Bells. My favorite book is Cinderella. I want to be a mother when I grow up. My favorite toy is my baby bonnet School of Dance. I like to invite my friends and cousins over after school. My favorite cartoon is Gummy Bears.
My name is Jonathan P. Fagish from Gwendore Elementary. My favorite recess activity is freeze tag and soccer. My best friend is Adam and Andy. My best subject is lunch and cupcakes. I love to eat pizza and cupcakes. My favorite song is Grand Old Flag. My favorite book is Monster Under My Bed. I want to be a cop when I grow up. My favorite toy is G.I. Joe and my white bear. I like to play Nintendo after school. And my favorite cartoon is Inspector Gadget and Finders Keepers.
My name is Wendy Rittenhouse from Nash Elementary. My favorite recess activity is jump rope. My best friend is Bethany. My best subject is reading. I love to eat pizza. My favorite song is All My Exes Live in Texas. My favorite book is Hats for Sale. I want to be a dancer when I grow up. My favorite toy is Bunny. I like to play after school, and my favorite cartoon is Garfield.
My name is Reed Collins from Inglewood Elementary. My favorite recess activity is The Sea is Rocking. My best friends are Joe G. and James C. My best subject is reading. I love to eat pizza. My favorite song is Sonatina by Kulau. My favorite book is The Witches by Roald Dahl. I want to be a musician when I grow up. My favorite toy is my pogo stick. I like to play with my friends after school, and my favorite cartoon is a Goofy cartoon.
My name is Amanda Berry from Hatfield Elementary. My favorite recess activity is playing on the equipment. My best friends are Sandy Cho and Amanda Miller. My best subject is music. I love to eat pizza. My favorite song is Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. My favorite book is Just in Time, Joey. I want to be a nurse when I grow up. My favorite toy is glow bugs. I like to ride my bike and play in the snow after school. My favorite cartoon are Speedy Gonzales and Roadrunner.
My name is Jeffrey Trahey, and I'm from Knapp Elementary. My favorite recess activity is playing on the swings. My best friend is Mike Trahey. My best subject is math. I love to eat stuffing. My favorite song is On Top of Spaghetti. My favorite book is Friends in Need. I want to be a policeman when I grow up. My favorite toy is Nintendo. I like to play sports after school, and my favorite cartoon is DuckTales.
My name is Cheryl Smith, and I'm from Oak Park Elementary. My favorite recess activity is the swings. My best friend is Ryan Ziegler. My best subject is spelling. I love to eat steak and baked potatoes and peas. My favorite song is Guns N' Roses. My favorite book is Brer Rabbit book. I want to be a distance runner when I grow up. My favorite toy is dolls. I like to skate after school. My favorite cartoon is Tom and Jerry.
In 1989, there were 10 elementary schools. Who was your first grade teacher?
When you're down and troubled and you need a helping hand and nothing Oh, nothing is going right. Close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running. Oh yeah, babe, to see you again. Winter, spring, summer or fall, now all you got to do is call, and I'll be there, yeah, yeah, yeah. You've got a friend. If the sky above you should turn dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind should begin to blow, keep your head together and call my name out loud now. Soon I'll be knocking upon your door. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running. Oh yes, I will see you again. Winter, spring, summer or fall, yeah. All you got to do is call, and I'll be there, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, ain't it good to know that you've got a friend when people can be so cold? They'll hurt you and desert you. Well, they'll take your soul if you let them. Oh yeah, but don't you let them. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Oh babe, don't you know about winter, spring, summer or fall? Hey, now all you've got to do is call. Lord, I'll be there, yes I will. No, you've got a friend. If the sky above you should turn dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind should begin to blow, keep your head together and call my name out loud now. Soon I'll be knocking upon your door. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running. Oh yes, I will see you again. Winter, spring, summer or fall, yeah. All you
you got to do is call, and I'll be there, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, ain't it good to know that you got a friend when people can be so cold? They'll hurt you and desert you. Well, they'll take your soul if you let them. Oh yeah, but don't you let them. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Oh baby, don't you know about winter, spring, summer, or fall? Hey, now all you've got to do is call. Lord, I'll be there, yes I will. No, you've got a friend.
Elementary. Mrs. Fishman. Mrs. Adelsberger. Never forget that.
We walked on the beach beside that old hotel.
I can't wait to see what they look like now. I'm excited to see all the children that have been through the school district for 12 years and just to meet old friends.
I haven't shown you everything.
I'm proud to be the superintendent of such a great class of the year 2000. So congratulations. Good luck.
I got plans for you. This is the time.
I don't care if you came in here 12 years ago or if you came in 12th grade. You made this class a better class, and you truly are the best. And I believe you're the best class I've ever had as principal. I need to say that. Thank you so much.
It's gonna change. You're giving me the best of you, and now I need the rest of you. Did you know that before you came into my life, some kind of miracle that I survived?
In just a few weeks, the North Bend High School class of 2000 will be graduating and taking on the world. After commencement in June, you will take 12 years of friends and memories you have collected since that special moment in time with you into the next century.
This is the time to remember, 'cause it will not last forever. These are the days to hold on to, 'cause we won't all go where we want to. This is the time, but time is gonna change. You've given me the best of you, but now I need the rest of you.
Special people here that I would like to introduce, and I want to make sure that I don't miss any of them. Thank you. As I introduce them with a standing please. First of all, let me reintroduce the three people who were most responsible for filming you in your first grade classrooms, Mr. Spade, Leslie Burgard, and you know Mr. DeBusco. 11 years ago, the last two individuals were seniors here, and Randy Spade was their guiding light, I guess, or something. Thank you. To my right here is Mrs. Adler. I'd like Mrs. Adler to stand because many of you know her as the art teacher, but few of you know that Mrs. Adler is responsible for the artwork on your time capsule. 11 years ago, she and her students did that.
Mr. Polcher, many of you have, many of you have Mr. Polcher in your technical classes. He was responsible for a lot of the printing that went on 11 years ago for our programs. Thank you. Towards the back row, first of all, Mr. Kepper, would you stand, please? Mr. Kepper was the director of elementary education when you were here. He was the man who was responsible for all those reading and writing and arithmetic programs that you all did so well at. Dr. Venema? Dr. Venema was and still is the assistant superintendent. He was here 11 years ago. There aren't an awful lot of us that are left. And of course, Dr. Bond. Dr. Bond, you want to come over here a second, please? "11 years ago, he sang to you. I don't know whether he's going to do that again, but he wants to say something."
I want to take just a moment to congratulate your principal, Dr. Carter, Mr. Lemon, Mr. Finnemar, and everyone who had anything to do with putting this together. 11 years ago, when we thought about this is exactly how we envisioned it. And I congratulate you, I thank you. And 11 years ago, I sang something from The Wiz. I'm not going to sing it, but I think I remember some of the words, and went something like this. "If you believe, in your heart you'll know." Something like that. Oh, I know, and it said, "No one can change the path that you must go. Believe in yourself and know it's real, because the time will come around when you'll say it's yours." God bless you, say it's yours, go for it, and it's great to be home. Thank you so much.
And of course, last but not least, we have, fortunately, back again, Mr. Kohler, representing the principals, and all of the first grade teachers. Will you folks all stand, please? The first grade teachers. I'm sure all of you are proud of what you've done here. Quite a class, quite a class. At this point, we would like to open up the time capsule symbolically. I would ask Sagar, as president of SGA, and Sandy Cho, as your class president, to come up here, please, and to open up the time capsule. As you saw in the video, Mr. Dave Miller came in a few weeks ago and opened it with a saw because the gas had been leaked out, and we wanted to make sure that everything inside of it was still good. Thank you. All right, now, just as we did 11 years ago, we have a student that represents each of the elementary schools. Back then, we only had 10 elementary schools. 4 of the 6 people here are people who were here 11 years ago. Of course, times have changed and our community has changed, and so 6 people representing the schools are newcomers, I suppose, or relative newcomers. Well, that's not true. One of them is a newcomer. 6 people are ones who were not here 11 years ago to do it, but they were here 11 years ago as students. From Montgomery, one of the originals, Samrat Duhat. Would you come up, please?
I've removed the Philadelphia Inquirer,
time capsule was made, the Philadelphia Inquirer shows that President Bush was newly elected. Over here is the reporter, which focuses on the $24.3 million lottery and the North Penn track and volleyball team. And finally, the Montgomeryville Spirit focused on the Upper Gwinnett Township raising its speed limit from 35 to 40 miles per hour.
Thank you. Next, we ask Kristen Single and Mike Ubitosa to come up. Kristen has to have an assistant today because, well, you'll be able to tell why.
Many of you will remember the letters we wrote to ourselves that were placed in the capsule, and all of you who wrote one will get them back. Today I'd like to have my classmate Mike Ubitosa read my letter and his letter.
My name is Kristen Single. My favorite recess activity is playing tag. My best friend is Christy Black. My best subject is art. I love to eat pizza. My favorite song is I Had the Time of My Life. My favorite book is The Joy of Nature. I want to be an artist when I grow up. My favorite toy is a pillow person. I like to play after school. My favorite cartoon is Bugs Bunny. My name is Mike Ubitosa. My favorite recess activity is playing with my friends. My best friend is Lucas Solokowski. My best subject is math. I love to eat pizza. My favorite song is Bingo. My favorite book is The Big Jump. I want to be a fireman when I grow up. My favorite toy is my toy car. I like to ride my bike, and my favorite cartoon is Bugs Bunny.
Next, from NAP, we have Michael Tauscher. And Peggy Hahn. We had a little switch this morning.
Okay, this is the original Class of 2000 banner, which we used for both the picture in 1989 and the one we took a week ago. It will become part of the showcase in the main lobby and will also become part of future class reunions.
Rick Sparrow from North Wales Elementary, please.
"11 years ago, I placed it in a time capsule. These pads and green books. We've come a long way since first grade, when we had to struggle to learn the basics. Today, some of us can read, and some of us can even do math.
Sandra Bott, representing Gwen Noor.
I've removed from the time capsule the SGA materials placed there 11 years ago. This package contains minutes of SGA meetings, pictures, and nightlife editions. It's interesting to note that the lead stories of nightlife dealt with student parking automobiles, smoking in the courtyard, and pep rallies. Some of these issues are still with us today. Thank you.
Sammy Cho, Advocate.
I have reviewed magazines from the week the time capsule was done. Time and Newsweek both did cover stories on the Roe versus Wade case. People magazine did a feature on the death of Abby Hoffman, a radical 60s leader. And Life magazine featured the marriage of Don Johnson and Melanie Griffin.
Amy Scott, representing Oak Park.
It is my pleasure to remind you guys of a part of your childhood a few of you probably have forgotten. Our toys. How many of you remember Matchbox cars, dinosaurs, Garfield, Snoopy, and Alf? Toys like these took up a lot of our time back then, and it seemed like we had a lot more time to play.
Lauren Kotowski from Inglewood.
This tape that I have removed is one of the many done by Mr. Spade, Leslie Burgard, and Dave DeFusco of us in our first grade classrooms. We were small then and had no idea what was in our future. We are bigger now and still have to wonder what the future holds for us. Today we have more control over that, however, than we did 11 years ago.
Aaron Sadecki, representing Nash.
Okay, these tapes represent music that seniors listened to in 1989 when we did the time capsule. Madonna, Guns N' Roses, and Tone Loc were big then. Our tastes have changed.
And last but not least, Rachel Stout from York Avenue.
This tape represents TV programs that we watched as kids. Alf was big then, as well as Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers. The Flintstones, Smurfs, Scooby-Doo, Tom and Jerry, and Jetsons were also favorites then.
Thank you, one and all. All of these items and many other things will be on display in showcases around the school in the next couple of weeks. At this point, 11 years ago, the SGA president made a speech, and Sagar has asked if he could say a few words also. So here is I introduced Renee 11 years ago as the real boss of the school. Dr. Bond winced at that. So if I introduce you that way, Dr. Cotto would wince at that too. So here's the student boss of the school.
All right. I like to walk around when I give speeches, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to say that it seemed like it was yesterday, that 11 years ago we were sitting here, but it does feel like it was like 7 or 8 months ago. We're all... You can't hear me. All right, now can you hear me? Slow down, thank you. I need to be reminded of that time to time. 11 years ago, Mrs. Lemon was telling us that in 11 years we would all be here, we would all be like 17 or 18 years old, we would be seniors, and we would open this time capsule. I don't know about you, but at that time, I couldn't even imagine being 17 or 18 years old. It was like out of sight, it was ridiculous. And I bet that right now, all of us can't imagine being 30 years old. It seems so impossible. But yet, we were standing here today, 12 years later, and we're going to be 30 sooner than we think. The reason I'm telling you this is I have a simple message. And a lot of us have been told that these are the best years of our lives. But the one interesting thing is that many of the people that tell us this, all right, hold on. Many of the people that tell us this realize it after the years have passed, maybe when they're sitting in a recliner looking back at their lives. So what I'm asking you to do today is to realize it right now, that these are the best years, and realize that the time we have with our friends is going to be immeasurable, invaluable, for as long as we live. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to steal a line from a Priceline.com commercial. And that is, realizing that these are the best years, right now is wrong, then I don't know what's going to be right. Thank you very much. I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Lemon.
As one of the, thank you, Simon. As one of the original people who placed something in the time capsule, Samrat Duhai would like to say a few things.
Times have changed greatly since the last 12 years. If you had told me in first grade that some of my favorite cartoon shows like The Smurfs would never be shown again, or that I would have a crush with one of the most beautiful girls in the world and be tortured by it because I would not be able to tell her just because of what other thing. Or if I would become good friends with some people that would die years later, I probably would have been scared of the future. Now I realize it's alright to be afraid of the future. Many people are. But I also realize that we do not know how long it is. Instead of being afraid, we should embrace what is to come. Any day could be our last. Instead of living with fear, let's live with happiness. Let's live life to the fullest. Take all the opportunities we can and enjoy ourselves. I'm not telling all of you to act crazy or something. We should respect ourselves and others. We have a long way to go and the best is yet to come.
Finally, I would like to introduce Mrs. Donna Walker, Mrs. Sandy Barnum. If they would come up, please.
Thank you. Everybody remember 1, 2, 3, look at me? 11 years ago, I represented the first grade teachers when I placed into the time capsule letters that each of us wrote to you. And some of them tried to predict what you might like in 11 years. But most of them simply tried to remind you of things that were important to you then. This is a sample letter that Mrs. Barnum and I wrote to you, and Mrs. Barnum would like to read it.
This is what we wrote. To all of you who were first graders at Knapp Elementary, and all of our elementary schools I'll include now, in 1989, and now are ready to graduate in the year 2000, we'd like you to think back and find out, do you remember show and tell? When you brought smoothies, sliders, cocoa balls, and Nintendo cartridges to share? Do you remember Make Your Own Sunday Day? Do you remember Jelly Bean Day? Do you remember the Mayfair and the bike rodeo? Do you remember the Frisbee assembly? How about Mr. Von der Heide and the zoo assemblies? The favorite TV shows then were Double Dare, Funhouse, Don't Just Sit There, Jem, G.I. Joe. Favorite movies? Do you remember Land Before Time, Beetlejuice, Oliver and Company? Batteries Not Included? I don't remember that. Smelly stickers, smelly markers. The importance of special jobs you had. We're trying to help you develop responsibilities like the messenger, calendar leader, the plant leader, take care of the pet leader. I'm sure you all remember recess. We hope you remembered some of these things, and we will always remember all of you. Good luck with all your plans for the future. Good luck.
Speaking for each of the first grade teachers present here today, we know that we hold special memories of all of you. And I hope you look for the letters that we wrote to you in the showcase displays in the next couple of weeks.
Mr. Giersch.
Good morning. As we began this project of preparing the time capsule to be reopened, we realized there's a great opportunity for those of you who are here in North Penn schools in first grade to reminisce with your friends and your classmates and your teachers and principals about what life was like in first grade. But for many of you, in fact it seems almost half of you, were not in North Penn schools during first grade. Many of you come from private schools in the area or other parts of Pennsylvania or even other parts of the world. So when we had you recreate the photograph last week, or 2 weeks ago, we had those of you who were not in North Penn schools at that time fill out a computer card with your name on it and also the location of the school where you attended first grade. We've taken those bits of information and compiled them into a list with your names and the school locations where you were in first grade. We're going to have another display up that shows those locations and your names of where you were in first grade. Just an opportunity to recognize you. And actually, let's recognize you in those locations right now. I'm going to ask you to stand up if you came from some other school. Not quite yet, John. But when I call up the area of your school, how many of you attended first grade in either Asia or Australia? If you're in Asia or Australia, first grade, please stand up now. Stand up. How about if you were in Europe, Africa, or Latin or Central America? Caribbean? DJ! Thanks. How about any of you from the United States besides Pennsylvania? How many of you were in the United States besides Pennsylvania for first grade? And those of you in Pennsylvania in first grade but not North Penn, please stand up. Those individual locations, the cities, the countries, are indicated on these maps. We've got two maps here, one of Pennsylvania and one of the world, with pins placed in them. These are locations you told us you were when you were in first grade. So at some point in the next week, the next few weeks, I'd like you to stop by the showcase and take a look at where you were, where your classmates were when you were in first grade. It was so great to have so many of you here from around the world here in the class of 2000. Now, we have a few comments that we're going to hear from a student who is not here in North Penn. By far, it seems, the one school that contributed the most students to your class was St. Stan's. How many of you went to St. Stan's in first grade? Okay, a good number of you. Michelle, would you please come up?
My elementary school days started at St. Stan's, as many of us. The big change for me was when I came here in 6th grade and I enrolled as a 6th grader at Pembroke Middle School. The first memory I remember is how big the student body was and how incredibly big the school seemed for me. I'm just glad that I came here and that I'm part of the class of 2000 at North Penn.
I'd like to present, not a guest, but someone who's always special, our principal, Dr. Cotter.
Thank you. Let me begin by saying I'm glad everybody came to North Penn. I think you're special and you're a wonderful class. For many, the journey began in an elementary school in the North Penn School District, and as Jason indicated, for others, the journey began in the city, a state, or maybe a continent away. Today, the class of 2000 involves everyone. Whether you came here 12 years ago, or if you just came 12 months ago, you've contributed towards school. As a class, you've experienced much change in construction, technology, and so forth in your lives. And there's more change in the future. At North Penn High School, you've accomplished a great deal. You've excelled, you reached higher for success. And let me close simply, as I do every day, with my announcements. Thank you for making North Penn High School a wonderful place. You are truly the best. You're the class of 2000, and you are the best. Thank you so much. And thank you for coming to North Penn. You are the best. You are the best class, and we love you. Thank you.
As a closing, we've asked your class advisors, Mrs. Williams and Mr. Woodbury, to do a little something for you.
This is a legitimate song, gang. This is a little song for your past, for the present, and for your future.
Yesterday, a child came out to wander, catching lightning bugs inside a jar. Fearful when the sky was full of thunder, and tearful at the falling of a star. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game.
And the child moved 10 times round the seesaw, skated over 10 clear frozen streams, and words like, when you're older, must appease him, and promises of someday make his dreams. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game.
16 springs, 16 summers gone now, and cartwheels turn to car wheels through the town. And they tell him, take your time, it won't be long now. So you drag your feet to slow the circle down. And the seasons, they go round and round, the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came.
we can return, we can only hope.